Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to every single one of you out there watching this video. Welcome to today's gaming news, where we have plenty to talk about. So let's get started. While Xbox and Activision acquisition hasn't even had a chance to set, it could be possible that there are more acquisitions continuing to happen as time goes on. Your first thought could be, who's Xbox buying now? And before you grab your pitches and forks, it seems possible it won't be Xbox. According to an industry analyst, they believe the next company to buy another studio could very well be Sony. After Xbox closed a $69 billion deal, it will seem crazy to have Sony just sit down and take the punches. I wouldn't believe it, and it will also be impossible for Sony to spend the same amount of money for an acquisition as big as Activision. There are still plenty of studios out there in the market that could bring tons of value to the PlayStation brand. Dr. Serkan Toto, an industry consultant, believes Sony is under pressure to react even after their Bungie acquisition. He also added, I expect further investments and acquisitions for PlayStation, including a large one that would move the needle for them in a meaningful way. Just last week in the latest news video, I spoke about the possibility of Disney buying out EA, and while the Red Company isn't interested now, Sony could swoop in and start some talks to bring EA fully under the Sony umbrella. Of course, there could also be the possibility to bring in a Japanese company, especially considering PlayStation has been losing some ground in this market, while Xbox has expanded intensively. On the other hand, not everyone thinks Sony feels under pressure to acquire studios. Media's research senior games analyst Carol Severin said he thought it was unlikely to see Sony buying other big-name studios, like Rockstar for example, but he does suggest it could attempt to expand across film, TV, and music. Just this year, The Last of Us made the grand premiere on the small screen and succeeded. That's just one title Sony currently has. The company has a huge catalog of stories that could lead into more impressive content offerings. So, I guess the sky is the limit. Let's continue talking about PlayStation though. Let's focus on the would've, could've, should've, and more into information that we have seen through the weekend and today. First off, if this is a surprise to you, under what rock have you been living? Last week, Insomnia's Spider-Man 2 came out and became the fastest-selling PlayStation studio game in history. According to Sony, the game sold 2.5 million copies in its first 24 hours. The game was also critically acclaimed and received scores of 91 across different reviewing outlets. Now, not everything is beauty and flowers, since for more than a few users, the experience of playing the game has resulted in a buggy mess in a mixture of country flags, where a player realized that instead of the Puerto Rican flag inside Miles Morales' home, it is the Cuban flag. Whoops. I mean, mistakes happen, but we love to see those silly stories, don't we? While Spider-Man 2 has found success and praise, not everything is happening over at PlayStation. In other breaking news, veteran PlayStation producer Connie Booth left the company. It is unclear if she stepped down or was let go, because none of this is official. This news came out from a former Sony employee, David Jaffe, creator of God of War and Twisted Metal TV show, who tweeted about the news. Connie Booth had been working for the company since the early days of the PlayStation brand, and she has been involved in the production of 100 games. Quite the record. Some of her initial works were for the Crash Bandicoot franchise. Afterwards, she continued to work in several first-party exclusives like Uncharted, Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, and fan favorites The Last of Us and Spider-Man as well, and many more. So let's take a minute though, because as I said, none of this is official, and according to the source, he was told about this and wasn't sure if it was just someone being dramatic or if it happened. So I guess as the days continue to pass, we will get some answer. If it's true, I'll be giving a quick update on the video later this week. If there's something you should be certain of, I love Far Cry games. Love them, hate them, I played most of them. So anytime I hear rumors or news about newer titles, you should expect me to talk about it. In this case, a rumor has flooded the gates of the possibility of a new Far Cry multiplayer experience. A rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. Reported by Insider Gaming, it is said that the game is being developed separately from Far Cry 7, and that the game will be an extraction shooter. Oh, you know it. More live service games. I'm not gonna say junk live service games, since I do play them. I enjoy a couple of them, though not all of them are good. The only thing that concerns me, recent times Ubisoft, along with many other studios, is hungry on milking out money from players. Almost all of the recent games have come out with online stores, even if they are meant to be a single-player experience. Let's take, for example, Battle Royales not long ago were the rave, and almost everyone and their mother tried to make their own money machine from a Battle Royale. However, almost all of those failed to live past a 2-year anniversary, and we can go back to the start of this year when a lot of them got axed. Now, it seems extraction games like this will be the new style of games to be copied and pasted all over the place. There's Marathon by Bungie on the works, though this type of style of games isn't the first time Ubisoft tried to make an extraction game. Back in the DLC for Far Cry 5 New Dawn, one of the activities available in the game is like what extraction games do, but not fully committed to it. The differences are the scale of the map, the objectives, and the danger of losing your earned items. Now, let's go back to the rumor. It is said the game will take place in an Alaskan setting where players will have to collect resources, weapon parts, medicine, hunt animals before they request the extraction. Basically, the whole reason behind extraction shooters. It will be possible to play it solo or in teams, and this shooter is set to release in an alpha version in 2024. And then it's gonna release with Far Cry 7 on April 2025. Again, all of this is a rumor, but let's see next year. Maybe we do see an alpha version. Now, the last big segment of news from Xbox, and a big one. If it seemed like game releases were slowing down after the month of October, get ready, because we got more incoming. Xbox announced it will be holding an Xbox Partner Preview. The livestream will take place on Wednesday, October 25 at 1 p.m. Eastern. In this showcase will be updates, not new games. 2 games that have already been announced, like the upcoming game, Alan Wake 2, as well as some games from Like a Dragon franchise, and other studios. I think this is also a good time to hear again from the games that have been quiet since the last showcase Xbox hosted, or maybe even further back than that. We could probably hear more from 33 Immortals, Flintlock The Siege of Dawn, which completely disappeared from the face of Earth in this year, was supposed to go out this year, at the start of this year. I want to hear more from that game. Lightyear Frontier, and many more games that have been moved to 2024 or even late 2023. So hopefully we hear something of that, but as always, I'll bring you every detail on the day of the showcase. Now, time for some quick updates. Fallout TV show Episode 1 has released date confirmed. It will be coming out through Amazon Prime on April 12, 2024. The trailer was shown during Gamescom, but hadn't been released to the public. In a strange twist, EA fixes an EAFC issue in which players will carry the ball with their hands. Considering that it isn't allowed on football, that must have been a funny sight to have during your games. Everyone breaking rules, running goofily around the field with the ball in the hand. Quite the feast to see the videos online. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise if anything is expected. The Metal Gear Solid collection is missing in the credits the name of the original creator, Hideo Kojima. Konami broke the relationship with this legendary developer in the worst possible way, and it continues to fracture its own reputation by removing any trace of credit to the visionary that created the game, which is rather petty and unfortunate. In another strange news, Blizzard is giving away a Diablo-themed PC. That isn't the strange part. According to the promotion called Blood Harvest, it is set to encourage US citizens to donate blood for the PC. Why? Well, the Diablo PC theme will be a custom liquid-cooled PC by Human Blood. It will be running using 1,332 pins of blood. I mean, imagine if the cooling system ever breaks. All the masts Forget about losing components because of the liquid. The mess of the blood leaking, like a murder scene. I have no words for this type of weirdness. I'm sorry. I'm not a vampire, so I cannot relate. But that's gonna be all for this episode. What are your thoughts on this gaming news? Let me know in the comment section. I'm the Honey Badger, and I love to talk about everything gaming from news to games. If you liked the video, remember to like and share. It really helps. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Keep on gaming.